What's up, guys? It's Rick from Rick's Rock School, back for another Coheed lesson. Yes, Coheed has a new song out, so I said, you know what? It's a beautiful day in Philadelphia. My hair is wet, Brett the Hitman Hart style, and I am ready to get back into doing some Coheed lessons, but we're gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm not gonna sit here and break down the entire song, every riff, every lick, every trick, note for note, because what I am really passionate about is being a music teacher. I'm a music teacher by trade, and what I want to do is provide value to the community. And I said, instead of providing clutter, let's provide a little bit of value with these lessons. And I've been away for a little while, so look, some exciting things have been going on in my life. I'm getting married. I got a band started, so Philadelphia, get excited because I got a new band started, and we're going to do some really cool stuff in the hard rock scene here in Philadelphia. And that was really why I started to do these videos in the first place, because for the first time in my entire adult life, I didn't have a band to play in with the pandemic hit and everything like that. So I started making videos with me and my dog and drinking coffee, and then the Coheed thing started to pick up some steam, and you guys have been really, really cool to me, but at the same time I said, I don't want to be the Marty Schwartz of Coheed songs. That doesn't interest me. It's not what I set out to do, because I am a music teacher by trade. So what I am interested in is breaking down the science behind why Travis Stever is such a great lead guitar player. So this lesson is going to be partially about how to play the new Coheed song. I can't pronounce it. Somebody's gonna tell me that there's like a silent Q in there and I'm saying it wrong. So the song is called Cut the Chord as far as I'm concerned. And Cut the Chord has some awesome open string lead guitar work that I'm excited to break down. So we're gonna get into that. And no disrespect to Marty Schwartz at all. I got all the respect in the world for that guy. I'm just gonna provide a different source of value for this community than necessarily breaking down the entire songs. But if you're interested in learning the whole thing, I'll teach it to you. I'll teach it to you, but you gotta do something. You gotta help animals. So here's my shameless plug. Visit phillypaws.org. I don't want any money. I really only love a few things in the world. That's music and dogs and maybe like 3 people. So if you could help out dogs this time of year, shelters need help more than any other place. So visit phillypaws.org. They're a no-kill shelter down the street from me. They do great work. I enjoy walking by and seeing all the dogs and the cats in the window. And if anybody's ever watched any of my videos, you know that my dog Slug is the most important thing in the world to me. Here he is. Hold on. We're not selling anything. I just wanted you to see my dog because he's the man. Go adopt a pit bull. If you adopt a dog after watching one of my videos, you get a month of free lessons over Zoom. And if you make a $10 donation or more, you get a free lesson. You're gonna get a free lesson with me over Zoom, and I'll show you this whole song in entirety, or any Coheed song that you wanna learn over Zoom. Absolutely no cost, except you gotta help animals, and that's it. All right, guys, that's all over with. Let's get to the song, and let's get to why this is such an effective piece of lead guitar. Check this out. So in this opening lick, and there's a couple of different ways we could play it, and there's a couple of different ways you probably saw me play it. So check this out. There's 3 different ways we can play it. The third way I like the least because the most can go wrong, but let's break all 3 down, and you can decide on your own what is most comfortable for you. In any case, the notes are A, G sharp, D, E, D, A, C sharp, A, E. It's a 9-note triplet run, so it's 3 sets of triplets. E, initially, I heard it as this, and I even filmed and put out a preview, me playing it like this. 8 notes. That's what I heard, first time I heard it. And then somebody said, Reese reached out, and he's like, hey man, you got this wrong. It's actually 9 notes. It's this, this, and this. And I was like, well, that's not quite right, but he might be right about the 9 notes thing. And then another guy came in, Pugsy comes in, and he goes, wait man, you're all wrong. It is 9 notes. It's this, this, and this. And I'm like, no, I think he's got that note wrong. And the 3 of us had it right together as a conglomerate, and we discussed, and we came up. If we slowed it down to 50% on YouTube, we slowed it way down, sure, there it was, clear as day. There's an E note that ends this line. And we all came to an agreement on the internet, if you can believe that. It should be framed. It is the greatest disagreement in internet history. Happened right here on the Rick's Rock School channel. I gotta love it. So shout out to Reese and Pugsy, you guys are great. Got A and G sharp and D. So 7, 6, and 0. It's a pick and a pull and a pull. we're going to break down the science. After I get done showing you this, we're going to break down the science as to which open strings are going to harmonize with this key and other keys, and how to use this to your advantage to make your own Travis Stever style licks. But let's get to it. 7, 6, 0. And then on the A string, with the ring finger, first finger, and open string, 7, 5, 0. And then we're going to go to the 4th fret. This is the way I prefer to play it. 4th fret of the open A, the 4th fret to the open A, I should say, and then the open E. So bring that all back. D string is going to be 7, pull to the 6, pull to the open string. A string is going to be 7, pull to the 5, pull to the open string. Down to the 4th fret of the A, pull to the open string, up pick the E, and you got yourself 9 notes. Now, again, in the very, very beginning of the song, that line is repeated verbatim twice. Then they'll double it up. They'll double up the first 6 notes before coming to the C sharp. So you're going to get this all together at the very, very beginning. Now, a couple other ways, like I said, that you can accomplish the exact same notes. 7, 6, 0, 7, 5, 0, 4, and then we can hammer on to the 5th fret of the E, and then to the open string. The same thing, you could do that. And another way that I played a little earlier, you could also make it a stretch lick and reach for this C sharp on the 9th fret. Knowing these guys, this might be the way they actually play it. Totally make that a stretch lick if you're comfortable with that. As a guitar teacher, I would teach it that way because it's good for the stretch for my students. So, in any case, the notes are A, G sharp, D, E, D, A, C sharp, A, E. However you want to play it, that's up to you. You play the way that is most comfortable to you and that you can do most consistently. That's what I would recommend. What is genius about this? Again, the use of the open strings here gives you those notes for free. Like, think about some classics like Thunderstruck. That's Angus Young, one of the great lead guitar players in classic rock history, using the open strings to his advantage to make super fast licks. And when you do this, you give yourself a chance to play faster without having to work harder. That is what I call efficiency. Okay, now behind Travis, Claudio's playing an A, then he's playing an F sharp, then he's playing an E, then he's playing a D. So you're gonna get A, F sharp, and he does like his patented Coheed triplet chug. It's like... that kind of thing. Palm mute your power chords. Listen to the song for the exact timing. A, F sharp, E, D are going to be the verse chords behind them. All right. Now we get to the chorus, and there's some really great stuff happening here. The chorus, same 4 chords in a slightly different order, and we're going to open it up. So no more palm muting. If you're playing the rhythm guitar, you want this. So we have A, D, F sharp, E. And then there's a lead line. Now, if you want to play the rhythm and kind of sound like you're playing the lead line, we'll play a D chord. 5th fret of the A. Leave the ring finger, reach back for the 4th fret. Play a B power chord on the 2nd fret of the A, and then we'll play an open A power. You could do that if you're just playing the power chords, you're not playing the lead guitar. That would be a way to play it at home. To me, on the record, it sounds like Claudio is just holding it down with the power chords themselves. So A, D, F sharp, E, and we're going to hear exactly how Travis adds that line of melodicism into it. So let's get to it. The lead is going to go like this. Really great use of the entire fretboard would play all of those notes in one spot, in one box. If you were sitting there, we're in the key of A. I should have mentioned that. We're in the key of A. And if you were playing an A major scale like this, all of those notes would be available to you. But the melodic possibilities wouldn't present themselves to you, because when we play in boxes like that, when we get stuck with boxes, we end up trying to just play lead guitar solos all the time. And that doesn't really add value to a chorus. So to add value to a chorus, I recommend to all of my students, stretch those scales out on one string at a time. In fact, practice forcing yourself to only play on one string. Then you can do 2 strings at a time, and so on and so forth. Different scale patterns will present themselves to you. Here's one of them. So we're going to play an A note on the 14th fret of the G. And again, don't dent the marshmallow. Stay light. Your tone will be so much better. We're going to slide. I'm barely touching the guitar right now. Look, clean note. 14th fret of the G to the 13th fret of the G. So we have an A to a G sharp. Then we're going to play the 11th fret of the D. So we go A, G sharp, C sharp. Beautiful line. We're going to slide up to the E note on the 14th fret of the D string. So then he's going to follow that up. Again, using that A major scale on one string. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, C sharp. 14, 13, 11, 9, and 6. Then we're going to play. And that's going to be E, D, C sharp, B, 9, 7, 6, 4, and then the line at the end of each chorus there is going to be D, C sharp, B, A, which is our root. So he plays that around a couple of times. Then he does this awesome open string lick. Check this out. Love that. So check this out, guys. We're playing, and again, using open strings to our advantage. There is an E note in the key of A, so we can play the open E string and use that as a pedal tone, a note that we play in between every other note in the lick or the progression. So he's playing the A note on the E string, 5th fret, and pulling off to the open E and then picking up. This was a technique my guitar teacher showed me when I was like 12. And I said, oh my God, I am a shred lord. All the kids at school will never hear me shut up ever again, because it was the coolest thing that I had ever heard in my life. And I love hearing this. And you know, Angus Young does it in Thunderstruck, like I was saying, and so on and so forth. And Iron Maiden, if you like Iron Maiden all the time, there's all right, my ADHD is kicking in, but you get the idea. We can use this open E to our advantage to create awesome shred style licks or melodic style licks. That's what Travis is doing here. So 5th fret of the E, we pull off and we pick up. 7th fret of the E, we pull off and we pick up. And then we're going to go back to the 5th fret. So this is going to be pick and pull and up pick. It's very important that you're not only doing the pull off, but you're alternate picking. So it's down, pull, up, down, pull, up, down, pull, up, and then open E. So we're going to move that up a whole step to the 7th fret and the 9th fret. Back to the 5th fret, we'll do 3 sets this time. We did 2 sets, 2 sets, now we'll do 3 sets. And then he plays this lick. We're going to slide 7B, 5B, 7G, 6G with the middle finger, 7D. That's built out of an A major chord. 5, 5, 6, 7. And then an A suspended 2nd chord. We have the D note. Like the Who. You get the idea. And then back into the verse more. And again, that verse 7, 6, 0, 7, 5, 0, 4, 0, and then open E, and then you double up. There it is. So that's that opening lick, the whole thing again. When they enter, now the second chorus is going to be basically identical, but he does play a cool lick. He goes, and that's going to bring us into the, bring it back in. So he plays a symmetrical pattern, which I would recommend if you are starting out as a lead guitar player and you want to increase your speed. Find patterns that are easy for you. And an easy pattern, any pattern that's symmetrical, two notes, two strings, I should say, that have the same frets so that you can repeat the same fingers, makes it easy to build up speed. Travis is playing one of those here. He's playing the 9th fret, the 7th fret, and the 5th fret of the E. Alternate pick. And then the same thing on the B. Same fingers, same frets. So we're gonna pick 6 notes. Then we're gonna reach up middle finger 6G. So it's 7 notes all together. 9, 7, 5, 9, 7, 5, and then the 6th fret of the G. Back to all of that. Again, we're going to stop here as far as this song is concerned. Like I said, if you want to learn the rest, I know the rest. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. There's some awesome open string licks as we go along in this thing, and I will show you more of them. But again, you got to help dogs out, all right? I'm donating my time here. You need to help some dogs if you want to learn the rest from me. Like I said, phillypaws.org. Okay, now, if all you wanted to do was learn how to play those parts of the song, you got what you needed. Thanks so much. Visit ricksrockschool.com and have fun with it. If you want a little bit of an insight on how to play and write your own Coheed style licks, stick right here. Let's examine what we have going on here, guys. So we are in the key of A. I'm going to bring up a graphic. In the key of A, we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and G sharp. So those are our 7 notes. And in any key, your 1, your 4, and 5, those are going to be, the chords are going to be the happy chords, the major chords. So 1, 4, 5, major. And here we have A, D, and E. So when we hear these chords, everything that we play over them is going to sound happy. A, D, E, or E. More serious chords are going to come from the minor chords. And in this key, B, we're going to have C sharp, and we're going to have F sharp. So F sharp, it gives that more serious sounding rock sound. C sharp, B, right? So everything that we play over those chords is going to have more serious vibes. So we get this super happy Coheed vibe from this. A and the D, it gets more serious over F sharp. And then E brings back to the happy chord. Now these chords, 1, 4, 5, and 6 in any order, are what I call the magic chords or the pop chords. And part of the science behind what makes Coheed choruses so effective and so infectious, and we have to listen to them over and over and over again, is because at their core, they have a pop music center. They add a lot of prog rock too, of course, but at their core, they are a pop band, and a lot of key to the science is chord selection. The chords that you play your leads on top of will dictate the human emotion that is attached to it. So over an A chord in the key of A, everything that you play is going to sound happy. Over the D and the E, the same thing. And then conversely, anything over F sharp, B, or C sharp is going to have that super dark sound over this key. So the first step is chord selection. So first you got to decide, is this a happy lick? Is this something that's going to make people go like this? Is it going to be a serious rock lick? You have to decide that first. So first kind of draw a storyboard when you're writing a song and say, what emotion am I trying to convey here? And chord selection goes a long way. So 1, 4, 5, major, it's that easy. 2, 3, 6, minor. The important ones to look out for are, of course, 1 and 6. And both of those, again, contained in those magic chords. 1 and 6, though, are going to be your roots. So your major root, or where we get resolution from. Check it out. When we feel back down on the ground, that's our 1 chord. So that's the root. Very important. And then our minor root is going to be F sharp in this case. And then we're back on the ground. That's serious. We're hitting the ground, fight. So again, different emotions attached to different chords. The open strings that will harmonize in this key, the key of A. We got to find which strings belong in that graphic that I brought up. We have an E, we have a B, we have a D in this key, we have an A in this key, we have an E in this key. And they utilized every single one of those open strings at some point in this song. And you're going to see that a lot of the time in Travis's playing. He utilizes open strings so well in so many of the songs. So, whether it be the intro lick or that chorus lick, you're going to see open strings. So, my advice, if you're writing your own Coheed style licks, use open strings to your advantage where it's applicable and decide which human emotion, which emotion am I trying to convey in the song. So let's change keys for a second. This will work in any single key. Let's say we were in the key of E. I'll bring up another graphic. In the key of E, you've got E, you've got F sharp, you've got G sharp, you've got A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. So our 1, 4, 5 in this key would be E, A, and B. E, A, B over here. I think favorite house Atlantic. I did a serious breakdown of this whole key and my favorite house Atlantic video. So go check that out. I'll post the link in the description. E, A, and B, those are our happy chords. And then the minor chords are going to be F sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. So if I was writing a song, and I'll share with you guys something that I came up with, something that I wrote, something that I'm going to hopefully put on my band's upcoming album, shameless plug, I know. I'm going to play something. Now, the lick that I played that I really like, I'll play that in a second, only sounds the way it does because of the chord selection. I wanted a serious sounding chord to start, and then I wanted it to resolve to one of the happier chords in the key. So with that in mind, I knew exactly, I could narrow down, using what I know about music theory, I was able to narrow down exactly the chords in my chord selection, and would come up with something like this. C sharp, C sharp, E, this inverted B chord, I'll get to that in a second, and an A. Starts serious, but has this poppy, happy groove vibe to it. Let's see what that sounds like if I throw a lead over it, a Travis Stever style lead. Let's check it out. Obviously heavily influenced by what Travis Stever does, and I'm using that E major diatonic scale, notes from the scale, over notes from the chords, over chords from the scale, I should say. And those chords that I chose give me the exact emotion that I was looking for. So my advice to you, learn your scales 3 different ways. Learn them up and down. An up and down major scale would look like this. Put your pinky on the E note on the E string like this, 12th fret of the E, and we're going to play this scale. 12 on the E, 9, 11, and 12 on the A, 9 and 11 on the D, 8, 9, and 11 will shift back, first finger, middle finger, pinky, 8, 9, 11 on the G, 9, 10, 12 on the B, and then 9, 11, and 12 on the E string. You can hear that happy resolution when I land on E. Now, like I just said, the 6, in this case C sharp, will have a sadder, more serious resolution. Now here's something crazy. To this day, the magic of music blows my mind. Imagine if I played the exact same notes, but I started and ended on C sharp. Do you think that the emotion would change? No, right? I'm playing the same note. Yes, actually. Check this out. to this day, that still blows my mind. When you land on a root note, whether it be the major root or the minor root, that's going to dictate the emotion of what you're hearing. So we turn E major scale into the relative minor, C sharp minor, just by starting on the first finger and ending on the first finger instead of pinky. So, easy pinky trick to bypass all that music theory. Pinky, land on your pinky for major, land on the first finger for minor. That's it. That's it. This is applicable. Now that is copy and pasteable to any key. You can put your pinky, if we're doing back in the key of A, your A note. So you should learn the lick. So when I play, all of that is coming from a combination of two different ways to play the scale, up and down and side to side. You should learn it that way. The third way you should learn it, if you're in a key like E or A, where there are open strings that harmonize, do what Travis did in this song and learn those scales on one string. Force yourself to be on one string and pedal the E. So we could take the E note, if we were in the key of A, B, C sharp, like Travis is doing, and know that that E is in there. And use that E string up and down to do the pick, pull off, pick trick. The pick, pull off, pick trick at Rick's Rock School. You gotta love it. I know I'm corny. I got wet hair like Bret the Hitman Hart and the whole deal. But guys, I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun today. And remember, if you want to learn the rest of this song, go to phillypaws.org. Help some animals. If you're interested in guitar lessons one-on-one with me or any instrument in the world, go to ricksrockschool.com. I got a great team of world-class teachers. And guys, remember, as always, it's supposed to be fun. Have fun with it.